Wednesday, everybody. My name is Doug the Efficient, also known as Doug the Foodie, or sometimes just Doug. Welcome to Engagement, where we talk about things that basically I find to be interesting, funny, things that suit my fancy, things that sort of tip the scales, things basically that I find interesting, that bit of a potpourri of things. So I welcome you to Engagement. So thank you for dropping into Engagement on a Wednesday night, where we talk about things that basically interest me. And this came about because, of course, during COVID, that time of our life where we were basically at home talking to people through boxes anyhow, this came about as a way to reach out and have conversations with other. And I get all the time people ask me, well, Doug, you're a wedding officiant and it's called engagement. Is it because you only talk to people that are engaged? And I say no. The word engagement means to engage, have conversation, to come together. And that's exactly what we do. And I get to talk to people in a very positive light. We don't talk politics. We don't, it's a safe spot for curated conversations is how I've always said it. So right now we're in season 6, if you can imagine. Episode 2, we're talking about the good. And we see it all the time, the good that's all around that does for others that can't do for themselves, or people that lift up, or people that raise up, or people that pull up. And this week in episode 2, we're talking to someone who does just that in a lot of different ways. And we're not singling out necessarily any one organization, but the spirit in which is intended and delivered. So I'm really happy today to talk to Tim Haskell, who is very involved with our Chatham Goodfellows, and he is a phenomenal guy who's done a lot of great work. And I want to bring him in here so we can have a little talk about. There you are, Tim.
How you doing, Doug?
We got off to a bumpy start, but we're still on time.
Hey, we got her on time.
Welcome. So, Tim, how's life?
It's treating me pretty good right now. Good. I have a new grandson, so he's keeping me quite busy. He lives with us, so he's just about that terrible 2 right now, so it's really fun.
I understand completely. We have some parallels there as well. So you're with the Goodfellows. I've got a little shot here of you right there.
Oh yeah,
out there with your banner, doing what you do, which is No Children Without a Christmas. We are coming up on Christmas. I've got friends on Facebook that are counting down days and posting pictures of Santa Claus already, and I saw Christmas decorations, of course, in stores already. So we know Christmas is on its way. Yeah, the Goodfellows have always done something to help out the community. Now, not to put you on the spot, I'm sure you know this because you've been with the Goodfellows a long time, but they've been on a long time. Do you know when they started?
I started in 1977 when I was 10 years old. Wow. 45th year this year.
Wow. Good for you. And it's been around in existence before you. This is a great shot of back in the day.
So 1954 they started. So it's 68 years this year.
Wow. 68 years is a long time for an organization, for anyone really, to keep on doing. So I mean, this is a great shot of back in the day in black and white, of course, before color was invented, out doing the newspaper. You guys still do the newspaper as well?
Yes, we do. That was last year's newspaper. That was the front cover of last year's newspaper. And the guy on the left-hand side, he actually received it. This guy right here, I'm not sure, your left hand, I don't know that you're right or not.
The young guy?
The youngest guy there. He actually was in a picture last year, him holding the newspaper with him in it as a little kid. So That was pretty cool. Yeah.
That is very cool. Very cool. So tell us a bit about the newspaper campaign. I know it's one of the campaigns you guys do often.
Yeah, so this year we have the porch light, which is on November 28th, and street sales is another. It's the same thing. We sell papers for. We go door to door on the porch light, and then we stand out on the street selling the newspapers on the 9th and 10th of December this year. So.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. I've got a little creeping. So it's Monday the 28th. Yeah. My light is always on because it's a motion sensor. So I'm always giving because the light comes on. They come up to the door, they knock, and And
That's
after
awesome.
the dog gets done barking like crazy, we give them money. So those motion detectors, I'm sure, have helped your sales go up a little bit, which is
Sure
awesome.
they do. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
got one sitting beside me right now, so I know what you're saying.
Perfect. So the porch light campaign, going door to door, you have a lot of volunteers for that. Um, what's involved with volunteers? What do they have to do, and how do they get involved if they want to get involved with it?
So basically, you can go to our website. There's a place where you can sign up to do any volunteering. Everything will be anything that we need volunteers for. You can go in there and volunteer any day that you want to volunteer. It basically tells you all the days that we need volunteers for. You just go and sign up and pick which day you want to come out, and it's that easy.
So it's chathamgoodfellows.ca is the spot.
Yep.
So go there and check it out and try to be of service, be of help to them. You guys do a lot more than just that. I mean, the Christmas campaign alone is huge that you guys do. So I think this is a shot of some of the volunteers from probably years past.
Yeah. So
that's scrolling through your Facebook here.
Yeah. That'd be one of our porch night lights. We get 200 or 300 people out that night to go door to door for us, and there's a bunch of schools that get involved too. So they're not even there. They're like CK. They come out. They stay right at their own school and do it. I think there might be 100 or 200 from the schools alone. So
wow.
Yeah,
phenomenal. So you're probably always looking for volunteers. So volunteers are always welcome, always needed, and there's a phone number to give a call to and email as well to get in touch with them and go to the website. But yeah, volunteers, as we know, are the lifeblood of what we do. I've said it in episodes past that I have an aunt that I was very close with who always said these words, and it was many hands make light work, and it's still true today. All those hands together, you can do an awful lot more, with more hands than you can with fewer hands, and it makes it easier and I'm sure more enjoyable when you're out there, on a cold November night, going door to door, knocking and probably getting maybe not the best of everybody at that given time, right? Because you never know what kind of mood they're in, or if they're middle of dinner, or you wake them up, or who knows what they're doing.
If it's really help.
Pardon me?
When it's snowing, it usually helps because it gets that person into that Christmas spirit, right? And they want to give out some money, and give it to the person standing there.
Very true. So you have been, I would say, a phenomenal volunteer, and that's why I wanted to talk to you. And I'm only talking to people that I feel have really impacted the community. I've said this in the past to someone that this is a very small show. We don't reach that many. We're not TikTok sensations here, but to get on the show, to have this talk, this time together, and to share your stories, you have to be asked. You can't just say, I want to be on the show. I have to know who you are. I have to know that you've done something that you've given to the community, and you've given so much to the community that you received this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was sometime this year. Yeah. It was nice to receive that. Especially with the Queen passing this year, it was a great honor. I don't do it for the awards or anything. I do it for my heart. It makes me feel good when we can take care of the less fortunate people up there, right? So
very true.
My heart, I have to do that to make me feel good too. So
yeah. Absolutely. So there you are, getting your certificate, in your lapel pin. Pretty phenomenal. And some of your other buddies as well that we happen to know also received the same, which is wonderful. Three great volunteers there in one picture, which is pretty darn awesome. So well done. And then also, of course, there was a lot more than just your service group getting recognized. There was this is quite the group of people receiving an award. So, it's quite the honor. I mean, and you've done really well. How was that night? What went through your head? And were you
I usually get pretty nervous.
What you're doing, what's going on, and what the hell is up, and all of that kind of stuff.
I didn't even know I was getting the award until I got an email in one of my emails, and it said that they wanted to give me some pin or something. So I thought, makes you nervous because I don't like to like be out there in the center of attention too much, like doing interviews like yours right now, or talking on the radio. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. I enjoyed the day. I brought my mom, and my aunt came along too, so it was pretty special to have her there too. So
you do it, because of the outcomes. You do it to help the organization, help the community. So that's, I know you're uncomfortable with it, but
yeah,
and you may never get comfortable with it. It's certainly a weird beast, the media and all that.
yeah.
So this must be either packing or getting ready for canvassing.
So that was last year's where we get the porch light. So the guy that's standing beside me, he's the new president of Chatham Goodfellows this year.
Mm-hmm.
So he and I took a picture together just to kind of put it out on that we're doing our Goodfellows porch light drive that night. So
Nice.
it was
Nice. Yeah, the Goodfellows do a lot of other things. Tell us what else you guys do. I know you guys do a ton of community work, and I know they help with other organizations. And tell us what else you guys do.
Yeah. So the last couple of years since COVID hit, we've gotten out there a little more. Like the first year, I think we ended up doing like where we could give candy to kids at Easter, and then that got me thinking, well, why can't we do a little more during the year too? So like even helping other groups, like the food bank. I did a thing with I think they're called Helping Hands. We all got together. It's a bunch of us little groups got together, and we decided to get a bunch of food together by filling buses all over Chatham, Kent. So that was something that we enjoy doing too. So it's helping the other people out that need it, right? If the food bank is in need of something, we can get together as a group and go do that and give them the stuff that they need too, so that they can give to the people that are in need there too. So it's all
Absolutely.
all about working together, right? So
it is. It's all about people coming together to help for the same cause.
Yeah.
Helping out your local food bank, helping out those that are going without. And I always say it's a privilege to serve when you can step up and help out if you have the ability, the means, and the gift of talent and time. So you've always given of those. So well done, sir. The effort and the time that you put into things is phenomenal. So you guys do a lot, of course, for Christmas. You do the No Child Without a Christmas campaign, and you're in a lot of grocery stores and mall areas and commercial areas to get the awareness out, to collect filling tons and tons of baskets. So tell me about that. It can't be easy to get tons of people out to help collect, get the word out to the public so they know to bring something, and then of course to get it packaged and delivered or in the hands of whoever's going to deliver it. So tell us about that.
Well, the Goodfellows have been really blessed with having the volunteers come out when you need them. Like there's groups that come out every year to do the porch light. There's groups that come out every year to do the toy packing, and there's a group that comes out every year to do the food packing, which is done in one day. They pack up 1,700 baskets or so.
Wow.
In one day. So they're done. They start about 7 a.m. and they're done packing them 1,700 baskets. By the time noon hour gets there, they're going out the door, being delivered to the families that are in need. So it's pretty amazing to see that kind of work go down in one day too.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. So if people need to get a basket, or they need to get help, or they need to get on your radar, how do they do that?
So as of November the 1st this year, you can go online. If you're an existing client, go online, put your information in there. There's a bunch, like by going online, I mean go to chathamgoodfellows.ca. Mm-hmm. Inside that, there'll be a register button. Hit that register button. It'll tell you everything that you need to do on that register button. And it's that easy to get in. If you're brand new to the system, call our phone number, which is open on let me just say, I think it's the 7th of November this year. Call that phone number, 519-354-1146, and you'll be able to put your name in through our secretary, who we don't ask any questions that we just ask the questions so that we know how many people are in the family, how many like how big a basket you're supposed to get, right? So if you've got kids, we want to make sure that we have all that kids information and basket. So we give baskets for people with children, and we also give baskets for single people. So it's depends on how big your family is. It tells you how big your basket's going to be.
So here's the information. If you're registering for existing, then you can just do it online. And yeah, everything starts on the 1st or the 7th, depending on whether you're existing or new. So now you started this when you were really young. How did you get started to come?
Okay, so I lost my dad just before I was born. He died in 1967. So what happened was I was on a baseball team. I'm kind of speeding it up. I was on a baseball team, and a guy named Bud Arnold was my baseball coach. Well, he kind of took me under his wing as kind of like a mentor, and he took me out to Goodfellows. And I didn't know what it was at first. Like, I didn't know that it was something that we were receiving at the time, because we, as little kids, we grew up quite poor because my dad was killed, and we ended up moving in with my grandparents, and so we needed that basket, right? So Bud Arnold took me out to I think it was I know he took me out to the fire hall that was on I don't even know if you can remember, there was a fire hall on Grand Ave. I think Charlie Board. But there was another place before that, and I think it was over on Kyle that I was introduced at, because I remember as a kid playing with all these little toys at 10 years old, right? You want to play with everything. You don't care about packing the boxes up. But so after doing that for so long, he'd bring me back every year, and each year you get a little older, so you say, okay, I got to do something. I'm going to pack a box or whatever. So we pack toys into boxes, and before you know it, I'm in my teenage years, and I'm actually starting to take more pride into what I'm doing and stuff. And it just led from that little age, learning that I kind of wanted to dedicate myself to what we received as a kid, right? So it's pretty cool to be able to give back that way, and still give back if I can. But
that's a pretty incredible story, going from a recipient to
fed up. I try not to tell it too much, but I also want people to realize that I was the Chatham Goodfellows president last year. As the president, I received a Goodfellows basket, so you shouldn't be afraid to call in. Call in if you need the help, because if I had to use it as a little kid, and it's not about your pride. It's about if you need the help, call in, because we don't care whether you have a job. There's working poor out there that need help also. And the way the world's going right now, with everything going up in the world, we want to make sure that we take care of as many people as we can, because the price of housing, food, it's just going crazy. And don't be afraid to use the Chatham Goodfellows, because we are there for you. This is why we've been doing it for so long, 68 years, and we will be there for 100, 200 years if we're around. I might not be here, but I hope that it's still going as long as it's needed, right? So
that's an incredible not only story, but a show of commitment, to still be there and still doing it, and having been a recipient of it, and giving of such time and effort, and it's pretty damn phenomenal. So I'm sure there's a lot of stories like that where people have received a basket, maybe they didn't even know they received it. Maybe they just thought Santa Claus actually did bring them food and toys. I mean, we like to think that's the case, but we realize that you are the Santa Claus. Sorry, kids, if you're watching. Spoiler alert. But there must be a lot of stories like that out here in the world, where people have gone from being a recipient maybe multiple years or even just once to have that impact, to think that, okay, now I need to give back. I'm involved now to give back. And do you see a lot of that in the community?
Yeah, I actually heard the stories. Like they know that I've got the story. Everybody has their own story, and that's one of them stories that will resonate with people. There's a someone that it was a grandfather. All of the grandkids decided to give their money to the Chatham Goodfellows that he gave them for Christmas, because he received Chatham Goodfellows as a little kid. And it wasn't long ago. It was like a couple of years back. But all these grandkids every year would give us their money that Grandpa would give them and donate it back to the Chatham Goodfellows, so that we could use that money to help out the community, right? So you get stories like that all the time. It's like people want to give back if they've been helped in the past, and that's one way of them giving back, is either giving money or coming out and helping pack. Like there's tons of it, right? So yeah,
I mean, the giving of your time is as valuable as giving of money, and I'm sure people that do both, they not only make a donation, help fill your baskets and your coffers and your buses full of stuff, and then they come and help pack that as well. So I think there's also a story there. You can flip that the other way, and if you've never received or never needed, fortunately, or you've been blessed and not have to do that, it's a great opportunity to teach your kids or your grandkids that there are other people that need this, and they could come and be of help to pack and sort and do all of that, the stuff that's important, because there's other kids their age that are getting those gifts, that are getting those baskets. So you want to talk about how, what you're looking for in the way of volunteers and people to help out? Is there, I know that, all hands are on deck and all hands are helped, but talk about that a little bit for me.
Yes, so we ask of anybody, if you want to bring your little kids out to come pack toys, or I find the toy packing is the easiest for the kids, because when you get into the toy barn, it's like a Christmas wonderland, right? You got toys packed on tables like 5 foot high, and the kids you can just see the look in their faces when they come in and thinking, wow, this is awesome. You can just see the expressions on their face. It's awesome to see them that happy to be there with all them toys and be able to pack them toys. It reminds me of when I was a kid. Like I got in there and I was like, holy cow, what is this place? Like it's not the mall. Well, why are we have all these toys in here, right? So, but we let the kids pack the boxes with their parents, no problem. As far as going door to door, we have kids going out door to door with their parents, who can turn down a little guy coming up there to your door, knocking on it and asking for money for the Chatham Goodfellows. So it's something that we really look forward to having them bring their kids in. It's a teaching moment for the parents too. It shows them that things aren't just given to you. You have to maybe need some help once in a while, or give back to your community that way.
Very true. Very true. Well put. Yeah, I mean, everyone helping is going to take us a lot further. And I think in this day and age, not only because of the economy, but also because people have had stumbles, through the pandemic, or just can't get caught up, or maybe are unable to work because of illness, physical or mental or what have you. So to be able to help and help provide is got to make your heart just bloom on that. Do you actually go out and deliver them as well, or is that another?
I've actually delivered the food. I'm too busy during the toys because I'm part of the toy committee. So it's every year we'll go out and deliver a couple truckloads of food for the food people that run it. That's usually done by the Willistons. So we try to go over and help them too. Well, as long as our stuff's delivered too, because sometimes people don't stay home at night on the night of delivery, so you have to try to redeliver it the next day. But it's pretty fun to be able to go door to door and actually see the people that you're helping too. It gives you another little happiness in your heart, makes you feel good. So I always tell people about when Christmas Day is here and I wake up and I feel like, okay, we've done something. I know that there's going to be a lot of, usually about 1,500 families that we help, or 16 to 1,700 families actually that we help. And you know that them kids are getting toys because we put the baskets together to make sure that they have the toys and the food in their house. Makes your heart.
Explain to me how, like, that's a lot of toys. I mean, you're not going to the local Walmart and buying all those toys.
No,
how does that happen?
Well, we're trying to buy local. We buy from a warehouse somewhere in Toronto, I think, and we also we're starting to purchase. Like, we buy a bunch of toys from Giant Tiger, Canadian Tire. What is the other one? Walmart.
Yep, gotta buy
places like that. Buy all the toys that we need. That we know that we have a hard time getting every year. Like, the older kids are kind of forgotten about a little bit, so we might have to buy a little more of that stuff. But a lot of the toys that we get, we depend on people donating them to us so that we can make sure that we fill our baskets, right? We try to make sure that the kids got a good toy in there, and a lot of filler toys, along with we give them 2 pairs of shoes or boots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like they get a pair of shoes or a pair of boots, but they get 2 pairs. So like you can decide boots or shoes.
Mm-hmm.
They're good till the certificate that we give out is good till I think end of May, 1st of June. So that gives them a long time to try and go into Giant Tiger or whatever and get the shoes that they need also. Other than that, yeah.
Good. Well, you're doing incredible work. So I really, I don't know. I've never actually helped out. I've always said to my kids, when they were little, I said, we should go and stock some hampers and deliver some hampers, because it'll give you sort of an understanding of what's going on in the world, and yet to do it. And now my kids are 30 something years old, and I'll do my grandkids doing it. But maybe that's the tonic we need, is to go out and actually do that and deliver it. So, do you guys still have a food pantry that you do, like a little library, or no?
Oh, so that's with another group that I'm with. I'm with Free Help CK. So okay. What happened with Free Help is I joined their board this year. They just became a registered charity. So she asked me if I wanted to join her board, and I've been working with Jerry through Goodfellows. Like they do stuff for Chatham Goodfellows also. They just did a donut drive for us and sold like 200 dozen donuts for Chatham Goodfellows. So we work together pretty well, and I joined their board. We do phenomenal work. Like, they did backpacks this year. We gave out 680 backpacks to kids in need. That's fully stocked backpacks. They take care of about 300 seniors every week. Twice a week, they feed them a dinner, which is another phenomenal thing. It's the people that wouldn't get something like they wouldn't be able to afford like a Meals on Wheels or something like that, right? So they're there for them, and it's just phenomenal stuff that they do, along with prom dresses. They give out prom dresses in the spring to the girls going to their proms. I think this year we're going to try and give out some suits for the guys that don't have money that could use a suit, maybe. So we're really stepping things up, trying to get things so that we're taking care of people that are in need. The pantry that you're saying, we've got about 6 pantries around town. We've got one at BME Park. We just opened it this summer. Got to tour the park, and I think Marjorie Crew was the one that took me on the tour, but she gave me goosebumps telling me how the path around this is like the church or something that used to stand in BME Park. But it's pretty amazing stuff. But we get food donated to us. We put it in the pantries and try to keep the pantries stocked as much as we can. Right now, we're only getting enough food to do it twice a week. So we do it twice a week, Friday and Tuesdays. So
it's humbling to see that there's such a need, right?
Yeah.
Because, most most of us are very blessed. We can go to our cupboard or our fridge and there's food always, right? There's always, we throw out sometimes more than people will actually consume that don't have food. So,
Yeah.
It's got to be very humbling, when you go and fill up the pantry and then you come back an hour later and it's empty because people
Yeah.
are in need. It's also humbling, I'm sure, when you bring, a basket to them and their kid or their grandchild is going to have at least a gift under the tree this year, or maybe they don't have a tree, maybe it's just a gift that they will
Yeah.
magically appear on Christmas morning. So you're doing some incredible work, my friend. So
Appreciate it. Like I said, it's in me, so I have to do it, right. So
Yep.
something that I need to do as a human, as a Christian human, or we want to make sure that we take care of our fellow man, right? So
That's right.
That's
right.
Well,
And any other projects or tasks within the Goodfellows that you want to talk about or mention?
I'm trying to think what else we got going on. We got lots of stuff that we need volunteers for. So as far as we've got an incredible school that we're going to have for toy packing this year. If you want to volunteer, get a hold of us. If you even want to get a hold of us through Facebook, you can leave a message through Messenger to us or whatever. We'll even answer them too. Email, whichever is easier for you to get a hold of us. We'll be glad to come out and take care of that.
So make sure you mentioned the schools involved. Can you say which one's involved this year? Or
it's called Monsignor Ewan. The school board graciously gave us the school this year to use for our toy packing. So it's perfect the way it's set up for like the logistics of sending it out for delivery. You got like a little turnaround in the front, and there's a turnaround for the smaller cars at the back of the school there. It's perfect for what we need it for, and we thank them and appreciate everything that people will donate and stuff to us also, right? So it's something that we need for sure. Is like schools are a location for your toy packing is always the hardest thing for us to get. So
yeah, no doubt.
The community
you're
always
in there for probably what 2-3 months.
Yeah, we're there. We try to get the school for like as late as October, early as September, so that we can start bringing in the stuff that we collect over the year and put it in there and get the building set up for packing and delivery, right? So it's probably about 3 months by the time we're through and out. Yeah.
I think it's also important to note that if you have kids that get volunteer hours,
it's perfect time for them to have that too. Yep. You just if you want to show up at the school, like all of the hours will be there. Like it'll tell you that we're packing on the 12th to the 15th at the Monsignor Ewan. So if you wanted to get hours that day, if you want to get hours at the porch light, you just show up and we'll put you out with another group if we have to, right? So we're not afraid to just have someone show up too. You don't have to be signed up. It just makes it easier for us to know how many people we have showing up that night, if we can have kind of a number so that we know how much stuff we need to pack that day. So.
And now, do you get much in the way of like what we call like angel donations or corporate donations?
Yeah, we got like Enbridge really takes care of us. We have MSSC takes care of us. There's a lot of different little groups that take care of us, like financially. Last year we brought in about 215,000, and we spend all that money on the stuff that we need. Basically, like our non-perishable stuff has to be bought, like turkeys and hams and turkey rolls is what we buy for the smaller one. So we give a ham or a turkey roll in the smaller food box and a big turkey in the big box. That they get milk, carrots, potatoes, enough food in the box to feed you for about a week, as well as your Christmas dinner. So it's a great way to get some food at Christmas time. If you just have to call in and put your name in, that's all. But
wow, incredible. If you're out there watching and you received a hamper in the past, or someone who has, and you understand what the positive impact it had on that family for that season, I encourage you to donate money your time, maybe both. Get involved, help out. There's a lot you can do. It is it's manpower, people power that get this done. So
it's that many hands make light work, right?
Very true. My Aunt Trula said that all the time.
Very true. It's not just me out there. There's a whole bunch of us that are out there doing the jobs that we need done to make this a successful campaign every year. We have I think 18 board members that we all have our own crews that go out and do what we need them to do and make sure that job gets done, so that Christmas morning that's all delivered and everybody's getting their stuff for Christmas morning. So it's the perfect, like I said, it's all about the many hands. So
it's in their hands before Christmas. So there must be a very short window of delivery. Like you must be, days before Christmas, and you're getting it out there, doing repeats, going back if you missed anyone or any last minute calls. So what's your delivery sort of schedule?
Our delivery date for toys, we deliver that at nighttime. It starts at 5 p.m. It's December the 19th, which is I think it's a Monday this year. But and then the next day, like I said, they do the food that gets delivered on the same day. So on the 20th, they're packing and delivering all in the same day, which is pretty incredible to go out and watch. And the last couple of years under COVID, we did it totally different. So we're going back to normal. We want to get back to the way we've been doing it for 68 years. It's worked. We don't want to try to reinvent the wheel. We know how to do our job and get it done, right? So that's why we ask people to donate to us and give us the stuff that we need so that we can fulfill our mission of No Child Without a Christmas.
It's a great mission, and you guys have done a phenomenal job. So I really appreciate what you guys do. Hang on while I say farewell to these folks, and I'll come back and talk to you in a second there, Tim. So you have heard some great work that's being done as part of the Good, as we call it. So this is season 6, episode 3. There'll be a few more episodes like this to talk about the locals that are doing some great in our neck of the woods, and hopefully they're doing the same thing in your neck of the woods. So until we see each other again, thank you for coming to Engagement.